Top 10 Things to Do in GTA 5 Campaign. The Grand Theft Auto franchise is perhaps one of the most famous and infamous series in gaming history. Since its humble beginnings on the PlayStation back in the late 90s, the series has amassed a massive global fanbase and has garnered as much critical praise as it has media controversy. It's also become one of the top best-selling video games ever made. Don't forget to watch today's video to the very end to learn the top 10 things to do in GTA 5 Campaign. But before we begin, we request you to please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to never miss another upload here. Having said that, let's jump right in. Number 10. Ghost Hunting. With all the startlingly regular deaths that happen in Grand Theft Auto, it makes sense that more than a few ghosts would be floating around the world. There have been myths about specters showing up in the games since the early days, but GTA 5 took things several steps further. If the player hikes up Mount Gordo between 23 o'clock and midnight in-game, they'll see the apparition of a woman. The spirit can't be interacted with in any way, other than her disappearing when you get too close. But thanks to the scrawled jock on the rock below, internet sleuths have found out the woman's identity. One Jolene Cranley Evans, former wife to politician Jock Cranley. An article about her death can be found in the Center Beach newspaper, which points the finger at the husband murdering his wife by pushing her over the edge of the cliff and getting away with it scot-free. Number 9. Finding hidden video game references. For eagle-eyed fans, there are plenty of nods and references to not only Rockstar's own back catalog, but other games in general. The CNT network airs a reality show named Rehab Island, with a logo that is a clear shout-out to the Dead Island series logo, only with the palm tree's fronds replaced by a marijuana leaf. If you make your way to a junkyard in Paleto Bay, you can find a generator that has a very similar paint job to Borderlands' hyperactive mascot Robot Claptrap. As both games are owned by the same publisher, it seems likely that it's a direct reference to the gun-stuffed anarchic shooter. There's a great Dark Souls nod in the form of a mission objective called Praise the Sun, and fans of Sonic the Hedgehog should check out the Supersonic business in downtown Los Santos. Their motto, the ultra-fast ring delivery service. If that isn't an homage to Sega's Blue Blur, we don't know what is. Number 8. Niko Bellic's fate. GTA 4 protagonist Niko Bellic had a rough time before he came to America, and he found himself sucked back into the murky world of crime and violence soon after arriving on Liberty City shores. As possibly the most sympathetic lead character in a GTA game, it's natural to want to know what happened to him after the credits rolled. In GTA 5, Lester mentions an Eastern European who made waves in Liberty City, but remarks that he's gone quiet. If you meet Bellic ally Patrick Packy McReary later on in the game, he states that he believes Niko's dead, but a glance at Niko's Life Invader page would seem to confirm he's alive and well. Not only that, but so is his bowling-loving cousin Roman. If this info is accurate, it would also make GTA 4's Revenge ending the canonical one. Number 7. Go diving for hidden wrecks. The underwater world of GTA 5 is almost as interesting and diverse as it is topside. While you can indulge in regular everyday activities like swimming, diving, and knifing sharks, things really start to open up once you get access to the submersible vehicle and are able to explore some of the ocean's hidden depths. If you dive in the right places, you can find all sorts of sunken treasures. There are a few wrecked airplanes, a massive cargo ship, a nuclear submarine, a scuttled tank, and even a UFO to find. By far the best thing is that if the player is exploring the eastern Pacific Ocean, they can stumble across a familiar-looking hatch with a rectangular window in it. This seems to be a reference to the TV show Lost, but that isn't the end of it. If you get close enough, you can hear an audible tapping sound. This was later found out to be a tap code. Number 6. Rockstar Games characters' outfits. There are some particularly cheeky Easter eggs and references hidden in some of the outfits you can equip. Weirdly, Michael seems to get most of them. As Michael, you can dress up in a suit very similar to Tommy Vercetti's 80s Tastic suit from GTA Vice City. You can also find a garish Hawaiian shirt that looks exactly like the one Max Payne rocks in Max Payne 3. If you are planning to cosplay as everyone's favorite bullet time burnout, make sure to shave your head and have a beard for added authenticity. If you go into Vespucci movie masks at the beach, you can also find a mask that closely resembles the disguise worn by the terrifying and deranged psychopath Pixie in Manhunt. Chainsaw, unfortunately, not included. Number 5. The ending of Thelma and Louise. The Coen brothers aren't the only directors whose work gets a nod in GTA 5. Fans of Ridley Scott's 1991 crime drama Thelma and Louise, starring Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis, may want to head near the Sandy Shores airfield in the evening for an awesome nod to the seminal movie. If you're around a nearby cliff at 7 p.m., you'll see two women in a convertible being chased by cops. If you manage to get close enough, you'll see two guitars and sombreros in the back seat too. Rather than giving themselves up to the approaching police, they slam the pedal to the metal and barrel over the cliff edge to their certain doom. Number 4. Solve a murder in a creepy cave. The murder mystery mission is perhaps one of the easiest to miss because of the requirements needed to activate it. There's no message informing the player about the mission. You have to find 4 cryptic messages in Los Santos that clue you into a murder of someone connected to the film industry. The second clue is a woman's body with a concrete block on her feet at the bottom of the ocean, just off the coast of Fort Sancudo. The third and final clue is a letter left on Solomon Quincy's desk, in which Fred Quincy confesses to the murder of his associate Isaac and his secretary. Number 3. Bigfoot vs. Team Wolf. Bigfoot had been rumored to be in GTA games before, but it was a myth before Rockstar added him in a game patch in 2015. This eventually led to one of the most in-depth video game Easter eggs ever, in which the lovable Sasquatch took on a werewolf in a battle for the ages. To get that far, the player must find 7 golden peyotes and take them at very specific times and weather conditions to proceed. Providing everything has been done correctly and in the correct order, the trail will eventually lead to an airplane graveyard where the player takes on a werewolf that looks similar to Michael J. Fox's basketball-playing Lupine in Team Wolf. If you win the fight, you unlock the werewolf for use in the game's director mode. Number 2. Make the lead characters angry. There's clearly been a ton of effort made to make GTA 5's Los Santos feel like a living, breathing world. This level of detail includes the lead 3 characters themselves, who have lives outside of the story missions. It's even possible to find them strutting around in the open world. If you follow them, they'll start getting irritated and warn you to back off. If you persist, they eventually lose their cool and knock you out in one blow, leading to the oh-so-familiar wasted screen. Number 1. Hunt down UFOs. There's still plenty to keep the player entertained after completing the single-player campaign 100%, but one of the best things to do is hunt down some UFOs. Some of them are the classic flying saucer shape, with FIB markings, suggesting that they've either escaped from government imprisonment and bear the markings, the agency has reverse-engineered their own craft, or the FIB have taken the saucers for their own purposes. The other type looks like a stealth fighter with black panels and a more angular look. Unfortunately, there's no way of interacting with the craft, as they're immune to damage and more specialized weapons can't lock on. This also means no joyriding in them, which is a massive shame. With that, we come to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and join in the next time for more of such interesting content.